Hey, good evening, and thank you for tuning in to another week with Fathers Who Care. As always, it's indeed a pleasure to come to you each week with various different topics and issues and concerns and individuals that we think are extremely important in the empowerment of our community. We believe that we're the change we need to see in our community. It's one of the things we've been doing this quarter is men empowering men. So we've been kind of searching out to bring in men who have gone through the fire, who have like a diamond, who have gone through the fire, who has been purged, who are now standing in the gap for the young people. We want to make sure that folks understand that everything you see may not be what you know. It may not be exactly what you think it is. So you got to look beyond the surface and try to understand what people are really going through. And so we know there has been this push where we're trying to welcome back returning citizens. There's been this push where we're trying to change laws. There's been this push that we're trying to save lives. Most importantly, we're trying to improve the quality of life for folks on the west side of Chicago. And us throughout the city, south side, west side, the state of Illinois, all of it. So with that being said, it has been our goal for many, many years to bring to you individuals who have been vetted, who have been seasoned, who love what they do. They don't do it for a job, they do it for a passion, who are laying foundation for younger people so young folks can take it to the next level. I think we love what we do, but we're wise enough to know that you have to have a succession plan. It's wise enough to know it is good to empower and engage younger people, to mentor younger people. So what we want to do tonight, if it's okay, is use this show to talk about that. And we want to talk specifically, if we had to put a title on it, engaging and empowering our future leaders while promoting a safe, healthy, and drug-free community.
Thanks.
I think so many folks now are just trying to take the easy way out, Wendell. And that whatever is easy for them, they take it, right? No consequences, no thinking about consequences. So as we talk tonight, if you allow me, I would like to go into a couple of questions where I may purge you just a little bit in asking you about your history. And so please share with us who you are and what you do and why you do it. But so if that's okay.
That's fine.
Okay, so with that being said, listen, you're watching Fathers Who Care. Please remember, if you need any kind of assistance and or support, give us a call at 773-287-5821, 773-287-5821, or you can log on to fatherswhocare.org. Also, we'd like to encourage you. We've also been on this spiel for many, 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 many years to get young people involved in their own nurturing and supportive group. That's one of the things we think are extremely important into elevating young people because we really believe young people can't be what they can't see. And so we believe if young people can venture out and be in environments with people who are doing it or who are trying to do it, we think they'd be okay. So with that being said, thank you again, Wendell, for joining us this evening. And again, we want to thank all of you for watching. Thank all of you who made it possible. Thank you all for been watching Fathers Who Care in the Westside Community Stakeholders, the West Garfield Park Youth Council, doing all the work you've been doing. But let me just introduce to some and present to others. Our guest this evening is Wendell Robinson. Mr. Robinson, Brother Robinson, is the Executive Director of Restore Justice.
Correct.
Is that fair?
Correct.
And Restore Justice is, we're going to talk specifically about that. After we talked about that, he's committed to engaging and empowering and motivating young people. And you are committed to the work of mentoring, advocacy, policy changes, saving lives, elevating young people, witnessing about what young people can do, letting your light shine so they can feel you.
Thanks.
Yes. They can feel you and understand that everyone can be redeemed. Everyone can go through some things, and just because you may go through some things don't mean that's the end of the world.
True.
That means that was just your journey. All right? But anyway, with that being said, Wendell, thank you again. Give me some love, man. Thank you again for coming out and for being with us today. I feel your passion. I hope that you are having a prosperous year. I hope that everything that you're working on in your organization is continuing to be prosperous, that you still feel valued and cared about. And I'm hoping that the work that you all will do will continue to go on because it's needed. But then we're going to talk about restored justice shortly. But right now, if I can, I'd like to ask you, Wendell, why are you so passionate and committed to advocating and mentoring others? So I guess I'm asking you, that's it.
My why.
Yeah,
my why.
Your why.
Exactly.
I like that. Your why.
Yes. So my why stems from, as a child, I was charged, I was sentenced, I was convicted to life and 35 years in prison.
What?
Life. Meaning like I'm not supposed to be sitting right here with
Wait a minute, you say life and 35 years.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
So yes, my sentence was 35 years and life, right? Meaning that I should not be sitting here. But I think, receiving that sentence or being incarcerated at 17 years old, and just going through our carceral system, understanding what our carceral system is like, how it treats people that look like you and I, and then ultimately going to prison and being around, so many people that was incarcerated as children or incarcerated as young adults, we can call it, right? But growing up, I literally grew up in prison, but I grew up with some phenomenal people that while I was in prison, right? And I know, when you hear prison and phenomenal people, sometimes people get judged by just a snippet of their life. That doesn't define who they are. It could be something as simple as they was having a day, or they was having a moment, or just understanding some of the environments that people grow up in, some of the things that people are exposed to early on, right? And they reacted in a certain way that led them to be in prison. But my why is more so associated with some of the people that I met along my journey. With my journey, I went in at 17, and it's like I met some people that actually wanted to pour into me while I was in prison.
So
right?
you say you went in at 17.
I went in at 17.
How much time did you actually do?
I served 25 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. But during that incarceration, I ran into some people that wanted to pour into me while I was in prison.
Now, when you say pour into you, what do you mean?
I mean, like in the old school way, right? One of the cats told me like, "Hey, while you here, I'm gonna put some fat on your head," meaning that I'm gonna teach you something while you here, right? And started just investing in me, right? And him investing in me, in turn, became something that I embraced, because his thing was like, look, everything that I do for you, all the books that I advise you to read, or all the books that I may give you to read, all the conversation, all the positive conversations that we have, you don't owe me anything. All I want you to do is do it for the next person.
Pay it forward.
And that has been like just the real gist of my existence, my success, everything that has happened to me, just simply embodying I want to see people grow. I want to invest in people. I want to create opportunities for other people. But it stemmed from while I was inside, a person gave me, the opportunity to see who I was and wanted to invest in me. So my why come from, being a child that was incarcerated at 17, served 25 years, and understanding that the caliber of people that exist in our carceral system, right? And I understand, people may have been charged and convicted of some terrible things, right? But at the same time, I think when we think about, or when we consider what the humanity aspect of it, right? How do we judge a person by their worst day? and understanding that. And
So are you implying people can change?
I would take a really strong position on that. People.
So not
do
only are
change.
you implying people can change, you're a witness that people can change.
I'm an example of how people change.
So if we had to just share with the group out here, with folks who are watching us today, and thank you, by the way, for watching, what can we tell those who may be going through something, may have gone through something, maybe in the process of going through something?
True.
What can we tell them to encourage them and hopefully motivate them?
I think, at the end of the day, it's like nothing is constant, right? We understand that, change is the only constant, right? And then in particular, like just understanding growth, particularly like when people are children, like we age out of certain things. I'm not the same person that I was when I was 17 years old. And I'm not the same person for a couple reasons. One, I had people that really believed in me. Two, I was granted, just some amazing opportunities, but also just understanding like, just the idea of evolution. We constantly evolving, right? And I'm someone that went in as a child that thought a certain way, but at the same time, had the opportunity to grow in that place and identify what type of man that I wanted to be. And being the type of man that I wanted to be someone that really invested in people.
So did it take, would it be, would you assume or assess yourself, your past, would you say that you needed that to get to where you are?
I don't want to say, I don't want to be the person that say that.
Would you have gotten to where you are now had you not gone through that?
I think everything that we go through in life
It's for a reason.
It's for a reason.
And for a season.
Absolutely. So
Okay.
I would.
So the point of Maxon, do you think that some things like that can happen to save you?
As much as I do not want to say that our carceral system is working,
I don't mean it literally like that.
Yeah, but I understand clearly what
philosophically.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying, and it's like the things that I've been through in my life, how it is that it has affected me is a direct, like who I am, what it is that I become, the things that I want to do is a direct reflection of what has happened to me in my life.
Okay.
Right. So me seeing the system in a certain way, me utilizing my lived experience, in the work that I do now, it's a direct result of what happened to me. And what happened to me, I went to prison as a child. I stayed in prison for 25 years. And now that entire 25 years, all of that experience is what gives me a level of understanding, a level of commitment, a desire to change what it is that I experience.
So you just answered it. So I guess what we're saying to those who are watching, yes, excuse me, some folks may go through some things, and we all going to go through. Because in all fairness, all of us are ex-somethings, all right? All of us are ex-something, and some of us just ain't never got caught, all right?
True.
But we all ex-something. And so the point that we're making here is, even though you are going through something, it's not the end. Some things you have to go through in order to get to, all right? Now, we're against you having to go to prison.
True.
Let's get that crystal clear.
Yeah.
We don't want that to happen to you at all.
Yes.
We would hope that you would develop a certain mentality that would take you in another direction so that you can maximize your options and not necessarily have to do 25 years,
True.
10 years or whatever, all right?
Yeah.
And so, because you ain't going to get that time back, all right?
Not one day.
You ain't going to get that back. So that's just time gone. So what if you just said, okay, fine, I've been there, done that, I've seen some things out there that I don't want to do no more. How about if I say, okay, fine, I'm going to leave well enough alone. And I'm going to go ahead now and maximize my options and now start pursuing my goals and living out what I really say I want to do. Is that fair?
That's true.
Okay. So let's do this. So how can we, you kind of alluded to it earlier, how can we as elders or stakeholders of men, empowering men, how can we empower some of our young men who may be going through those moments in life? They may be spoiled. They may be jaded. They may be chemically dependent. They may not want to do nothing. They may want to take the easy way out. Because, you have some people today, as opposed to putting in the work, they rather get it for free, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't know that it ain't nothing free.
True.
Are you prepared for the consequences?
Mm-hmm.
So how can we engage them, empower them, motivate them to live their best lives?
Well, I don't think it's like no one answer, no waving of the wand.
Right.
But I can tell you about just my methods.
Okay, go ahead.
My method is like really expressing what happened to me. Right. I can tell you about going to prison or being incarcerated at 17 and living for the next 25 years, not knowing when you're going to go home. Right. And then everything that entails. I mean, really getting granular with it. Granular to the point where it's like you are condemned to a space the size of a parking space, right? And this is a space that they tell you that they want you to be in for the rest of your life. So in some of those situations, you are housed in cells where you're not even able to like stretch your arms out like this, right? So me being a person that can like give you these really colorful illustrations as to what that looked like there, right? Telling you what happened to me, what it is that I endured. If it was talking about just the taxing part on your family, because when you're incarcerated, people that love you are, doing that time with you, right? And just really being granular about what that experience is like. And then on the tail end of that, like if I can tell you what that looks like, and then being in that place for the duration of, like I said, 25 years, but at the same time not knowing when you gonna be released from that, right? But I'm gonna give you everything that happens in there. I'm not gonna.
So you're gonna keep it 100.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
So with that being said, we were talking about, how to empower and to engage young people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or others for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about Restore Justice.
A little bit about Restore Justice.
What is Restore Justice?
So Restore Justice,
that's the organization that you're the executive director of.
I am the executive director of Restore Justice. So Restore Justice is an advocacy organization. We advocate for fairness and compassion with a specific focus for those who received extreme sentencing when they were children. So like myself, the organization in its inception was founded to abolish juvenile life without parole in the state of Illinois, right? So when I was incarcerated 10 years ago, we turned in 10 this year, Restore Justice had the wherewithal to come to the institutions and visit the people that they were advocating for. So in this inception, it was like, okay, my predecessor, Joby Cates, was like, okay, I cannot fathom the idea that our carceral system is locking people up and throwing away the key of children, right? And so now we are an organization that advocate for fairness and compassion with the specific focus on people who received extreme sentencing when they were children. And I think we work
like you did,
like just like me. And we have like three buckets that we work out of.
Go ahead.
We work on sentencing reform. We work on pathways to release, and we also really concern ourselves with conditions of confinement, if it's jail or prison conditions. But these are like the three areas that we work on, and it's not like we are an organization that we work in the deeper end of the pool. We're not the Innocent Project. We work on the really, really tough issues. We deal with issues of people that may not had it so well, right, and may have responded to certain things in a certain way. But I'm not trying to minimize anything, where people have committed, some of these serious crimes. And we are an organization that believe in accountability. But the way that our carceral system have been sentencing people that look like me, black and brown people, they have been over sentencing people for many, many, many years.
You think they've been doing? You think it's been done by design?
Absolutely, it has been done by design.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely, it has been done by design.
Because it's money.
It is. It is.
The bottom line.
It's a big money game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the type of people that has been ensnared in our system with mass incarceration, we are some of the people that are coming home now that really are rolling our sleeves up, putting our boots on the ground, and really want to be involved in systemic change.
So let me ask this. There's been a lot of talk about, for instance, like Larry Hoover.
Mm-hmm.
And that he had gotten multiple life sentences or thousands of years or something to that effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that he was, it's the talk that he's been pardoned on a federal level, but he got so much time on a local level, on the state level.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think one like him should receive that much time, all of that kind of time? Or do you think there should be an end date to it?
So once again, I'm gonna take a really, really firm position on this, right? We advocate for fairness and compassion, particularly for those who received extreme sentencing when they were children.
Got it.
And according to certain guidelines, right, Mr. Hoover was locked up at 22 years old. So he would fall under the category of the people that we advocate for because that is like that emerging adult, like space.
Now you see where I'm going with it.
Yeah, so
okay, go ahead.
people 25 and under, like we have the brain science to show that people that make decisions, they don't make the best decisions when they youth.
Because they're young.
Exactly.
Right.
And even with someone like him that has a high profile case, I have never came in contact with him. I don't know Mr. Hoover, but at the same time, understanding that we are an organization that advocate for fairness and compassion throughout our criminal legal system, with a specific focus on people who receive extreme sentencing when they were children. He is someone that we would advocate for.
Okay, so now, and that's high profile.
That is extremely high profile.
So what we're trying to do here is say that people can change.
Yes.
Some folks can do things when they're young. They don't know exactly what they're doing. They're just doing it. Mm-hmm. They just go on with the flow. It might be peer pressure. It might be a whole lot of circumstances. Mm-hmm. What we're talking about specifically here tonight is unfair sentencing. Mm-hmm. For a 15, 16, 17, 18, 22-year-old to receive multiple life sentences. Mm-hmm. That for something that don't warrant multiple life sentences. Mm-hmm. Is that fair?
True.
Okay, so let's move on down the road. So what kind of resources and or support can we, or better yet, can you give our folks your phone number? To your office? If folks are in need of some kind of assistance or support?
we have a couple of ways that you can reach out to us. Right?
Okay.
If it's go on restorejustice.org or
restorejustice.org.
Yeah,
right?
restorejustice.org. We are able to field most questions or concern through some of the outlets that we have on our website.
So restorejustice.org. Mm-hmm. Now let's move on down the road. Okay, let's talk about mental health and lack of.
Yes. Where do you want to start?
I want to start with the fact that why are so many folks suffering from so many issues and concerns, which we know are mental health related, mm-hmm. but they don't seek help.
I think just for
and I'm talking specifically in the African American community.
Yeah, and that's where I was specifically about to go. I think for the longest time, it has been just taboo in certain communities where people don't feel like they need it. Mm-hmm. They don't feel like it works, right? But at the same time, I am here to say to you, it's nothing that I've been through for the 25 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days that I spent incarcerated. That's natural. And even understanding that none of that is natural, we have to be intentional about if it's, sifting through everything that we've been through, because, you embrace certain ideologies, certain philosophies, and it's for that environment, mm-hmm. right? And now, coming home, it has to be a level of introspection where it's okay, I have to sift through this stuff, I have to take inventory, and I have to intentionally discard some of this stuff. But a lot of times we need help with, discarding things or figuring ways that we can work through some of these things, right? And I'm an advocate for fairness and compassion throughout our criminal legal system, but I'm also an advocate for just mental health services. It's something that I embrace. It's something that I participate in every other week. right? So I'm huge.
You have a clinician?
I do have a phenomenal clinician, like, and he's someone who has been through something too, so he can
Okay.
like relate. He's not looking at some of the things that we talk about by way of what some call just the trauma porn. Like he can like really be instrumental in helping me work through some of the things that I.
Would you say that it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay not to get help?
I'm in 1,000% agreement.
So
with
explain
you.
that though.
I mean, when you talk about it's okay not to be okay, understanding that every day is not gonna be perfect, right? And understanding that every day and every time that you wake up is not gonna be perfect. Like just knowing that, but like identifying that and then being able or having that willingness to get some help is a totally different thing. And it's okay, to get help. It's okay not to be okay and say that you need some help.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we moving towards just like growth and being better individuals, you need assistance.
Okay. Now, for additional information about Restore Justice, please go to restorejustice.org. If you need some additional resources and referrals for some type of intervention, clinical support, youth development, youth leadership, peer leadership, substance abuse prevention, fatherhood involvement, youth development, violence prevention, safety empowerment, social justice. If you're concerned about some of those initiatives and issues and concerns, give us a call at 773-287-5821. 773-287-5821. Continue to pray for us. We're going to continue to pray for you. We know that together we can make certain changes in our community, but without us, we can't do nothing. I believe and strongly believe that teamwork can make the dream work. Wendell, we thank you so very much for the work that you're doing. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for standing true to the call. And please continue to do the good work, and we're going to continue to keep you lifted. Give us
Definitely
love, Doc.
appreciate it.
So thank you all so very much for your time. I'll see you next week. God bless you. Listen, happy Labor Day for everyone. Look, be safe, love on each other, do the best you can. When you can't do the best you can, then just stay still and don't do nothing at all. Just hold on. We'll see you soon.